Ready to go? Yep. All right, go ahead.
All right, before we go into senior day stuff, I'm just really curious. Mac told us yesterday that he has a run the damn ball hat. Did you give it to him?
I think he's allowed. He's the head man. He can get him at any cost. So.
I would think that's such a special thing between you guys. You would have to sort of maybe just present it to him.
Like I said, he's the head man. He can do whatever he wants. He does have a run the damn ball hat.
Does he wear it much?
Yeah, yes sir.
Max also said he thought you might be one of the more emotional guys out there Saturday for, a big lineman, macho kind of guy, obviously.
Macho.
What's they going to be like for you, you think? How emotional will it be?
You got to compartmentalize stuff like that. The main task for me is going to be winning the football game and, playing at a high level and helping my guys play at a high level. So I'll be emotional later in life, I think.
Do you like senior days, or are you one of those guys that just like, let's just get the game, let's just start the game?
Yeah, I like to get the game going. Last year I didn't walk.
Yeah.
Kind of my hands are tied right now. I have to walk. And there's no more eligibility for me. So
You've had an interesting path, and I guess benefited from the extra year because of COVID and the NCAA giving you that waiver. Do you just refuse to reflect on those years because of your path and because of how you've probably grown as an individual, or is that something maybe you'll take a little bit of time to allow yourself to kind of work through that emotion so you get it out of the way?
yeah, we've had interviews before where I told you it's always about what's next, right? And I just feel like if I ever get caught looking back, I'm not going to see what's in front of me. So, like I said, there's going to be a time and a place. I've had such a long, ordeal in college football. There's going to be a time and place for it, just not now.
When you first arrived at Miami, could you imagine you'd be here this many years
Oh,
later?
no. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that coming here was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. Revamped, my career. Fresh start was everything. The effect I've had on this building is just second to none. And, I take a lot of pride and I'm very humbled by it. So
That was the word I was going to use, Corey. Is like, how much pride do you take in being known as like one of the leaders around here, and one of the guys that people look to sort of set the tone and lead the way, that type of that's an important thing to you.
Right, yeah, definitely. It's a massive deal and it's something I don't take lightly. You got to show up every day, and I'm blessed to be in the position I am in, and I just got to keep doing it.
Greg said he's going to leave senior day for the seniors.
Right.
Probably not a lot for you guys, but let's talk about his 2 years of playing with him and what he's done in this program for you and everything.
Yeah, when we take our last snap together, it's going to be very emotional. We've done everything together. I'm his first center, right? And, we've had a lot of battles together, and we've done a lot of great things. We do a lot of great things all the time. It's a great friend of mine. It's going to be an emotional deal when we're all done, but it's been awesome.
You guys are a package deal for the NFL, though, right? You go wherever he goes.
Yeah, definitely.
How important do you think you've been for him? A lot of people just think of the quarterback. They don't think so much of the center, but as we've gotten to know you the last couple of years, we've kind of followed that relationship grow. So how important have you been for him? Being a little bit older, kind of helping him along, he's in the spotlight a lot.
Right, yeah, he's helped me because how young he is, and his fire, and that just keeps my fire going, and then we feed off of each other and stuff like that. So I don't know how, you got to ask him one of these days if I've helped him any, but we have too much fun playing football together.
Is there a moment that you can recall where you maybe had to give him some of the older advice? You're very humble. You don't want to go there, it doesn't seem like, but I'm sure you had that moment.
Yeah, sometimes when the pocket's breaking down and, get rid of the ball. Well, that's what I'll scream at him. So other than that, probably not, I can't get any other advice for him.
You need to throw the damn ball at him.
Yeah,
Right.
Corey, I remember before the season started, it was like toward the end of the fall, you had got asked about, some of the NFL feedback you had gotten. I think your response was something to the effect of, I'll show you on the field, basically. But I guess with those things and with that feedback you've kind of gotten back, do you feel that you've kind of taken steps up with the things that you wanted to improve on, and just kind of like how would you assess your individual performance this year?
Like I said, that's something you guys got to tell me. How do you guys think I played this year? You guys watch any?
Oh yeah.
Snap the ball every time.
Yeah. You graded out well against Campbell, they say.
I grade out well in a lot of games, but it's all right. I'm just worried about winning these next 3 ball games, and everything will take care of itself.
Would you say you've been more consistent this year?
Yes.
Corey, along those lines, you said maybe the winter, definitely the spring. You used the words unfinished business when we talked to you, sort of, coming off of last year and going into this year. I mean, does that unfinished business, do you think, do these last 3 games, is that where it gets settled for you?
Definitely. Finishing strong is where that comment came from, so we have a lot of work to do this week.
What is the challenge that Duke presents? And are they different than a year ago?
They do a little bit of things differently. The challenge is they're extremely well coached. There's a lot of older dudes. They have a couple 6 years. I think they have a couple 7th year dudes. Points per game, I think they're first in our league. Rushing defense, I think they're 7th, allowing just under 150 yards a game. A great defense, and we have a great challenge ahead of us.
They're pretty good up front.
Yes.
You okay? Okay.
Yeah, I got post-shower sweats like you've never seen in your entire life.
Oh.
Can't even believe it. And they got the heater on in here. And these are I feel like a reptile, like the amphibian land. This has never happened, and I'm wearing gray.
Post-shower
You're always
sweats.
sweaty though. You're
Not like
always
this.
sweaty.
I'm like dying right now.
Post-shower sweats the worst.
No, it's too
He's the
late.
John Thompson. Coagulated.
the towel.
Yeah, I can't even believe this.
Are you guys done, Corey?
Corey, with Omari, having a great year, how would you compare him to any backs that you've been around, previously in your career? How would he stack up? How would you rate him? And how is he different than some of the good running backs you've been around?
Oh, he's the man. I've never seen a back run as hard and be as strong and powerful as him. So he's going to have a great career. He's going to have a long one. So very impressed with Omari, and he's a great dude.
Oh yeah, we were just talking a second ago about just the different grades that the line gets this year. I think a few weeks ago Drake was saying sometimes he thinks the Pro Football Focus grades offensive linemen harshly. I don't know how often you use Pro Football, but do you kind of have a take on that? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they don't know what we're doing sometimes. So how could they grade it? Like the coaches grade it. I feel like it's as accurate as they can do. I wouldn't put too much weight in it. Because you got to show up to work regardless, right? Some games will say you'll grade a 70, right? But then you'll grade a 90 with your coaches. So it's what really holds more weight, right? You see your coach every single day. You don't see Steve from, Applebee's grading you.
Well, what are some of those nuances that you think maybe a Pro Football Focus misses sometimes? What are some of the things you think people?
No, I don't want to get in on all that. I have no idea, man. What I do need is a towel and a change of shirt, definitely.
Steve from Applebee's,
I
huh?
love them.
Corey, do you think, in an honest assessment, that this team, the confidence took a hit with those 2 losses to UVA and Georgia Tech?
No. Like I said, I don't know what interview it was, but I told you we are not result-based. We're process-based. We're going to keep going to work no matter what it is. It's going to change all the time. Look at the NFL. It's going to change all the time. So we're just going to work really hard, and we're going to line up and play football on Saturday, and that's really all that's important.
All right.
Thanks,
Corey.
Thanks, Corey.